topic for today is about Piaget stages of cognitive development. Before we start our lesson, let's have a short discuss about the theory of our scientist. We start the theory of Freud's. Freud is known for his psychosocial theory development. Next, the theory of Erik Erikson. Erik Erikson is known for psychosocial theory development. And the last theory is for Piaget. Piaget is known for cognitive theory development. Again, our topic for today is about Piaget stages of cognitive development. I will discuss first the learning outcomes. About who is Piaget, some of the concepts proposed by Piaget, and the last is the different stages of cognitive development. Who is Jean Piaget?
Jean Piaget he was born on August 9, 1896 at Neuchâtel, Switzerland. He is a Swiss psychologist and genetic epistemologist. He is most famously known or developed for his theory of cognitive development that look at how children develop intellectually throughout the course of childhood. He is specified 4 major periods corresponding to different ages of developing
Some
child.
of the concepts are proposed by Jean Piaget.
Schemas is an assumption that an individual has on the self, others, or the world, building blocks of knowledge. Example, a person buying a meal in a restaurant. The schema is a stored form of the pattern of behavior, which include looking at a menu, ordering food, eating it, and the paying bill. Adaptation, the second concept of Jean Piaget. Adaptation describes how children update their current cognitive organization and schemas with new information. Adaptation takes place into 2 ways, assimilation and accommodation. Assimilations describe how children incorporate new information into existing schemas. For example, a child refers to a dog as wolves. When they see a cat for the first time, they refer to the cat as a wolf too. Accommodation describes how children adapt their cognitive structure to match new information in the world. Continuing with the previous example, the child realizes that dogs and cats are different. The child updates their cognitive schema of the world and now refers to cats as cats and dogs as wolves. Equilibrium, the last concept of Jean Piaget. Piaget's background as a biologist influenced some of his work, notably the concept of equilibrium, which means homeostasis. To achieve equilibrium, children adapt their mental instructions by 1. Assimilating new information, and 2. Accommodating new information by updating their cognitive schemas.
There are 4 stages of cognitive development.
First, sensory-motor stage, age birth to 18-24 months old. The goal, object permanence. Sensory-motor stage is the first phase of children's cognitive development. During this stage, children primarily learn about the environment through their senses and motor activities. This stage includes wiggling their fingers, kicking their legs, or sucking their thumbs. The second stage is the pre-operational stage. At the age of 2 to 7 years old, children enter the pre-operational stage where their ability to use mental representations rather than the physical appearance of objects or people improves greatly. Examples of abstract representation include engaging in the pretend play in talking about events what happened in the past or people who are not currently in the room. The third stage is the concrete operational stage, age 7 to 11 year old, goal, operational thought. During this stage, children are more capable of solving problems because they can consider numerous outcomes and perspectives. Example is conservation, classification, and sociocentricity. The last stage is the formal operational stage. Age, adolescence to adulthood. Goal, abstract concept. During this stage, children are capable of hypothetical deductive reasoning, which allows them to test hypotheses and draw conclusions from the results. Unlike younger children who haphazardly approach problems, children in the formal operational stage can apply their reasoning skills to apply more complicated problems in a systematic, logical manner. Example is, the child who needs to draw a picture or use object is still in the concrete operational stage, whereas children who can reason the answer in their heads are
Then, we have already discussed Jane Piaget cognitive theory development. Next is the importance studying child-adolescence development.
Why is it important for a teacher to study child and adolescence development? Because it provides a context for the stages of development. Teachers need this base of understanding in order to develop appropriate curriculum choices for their students. Studying child development can also help teachers assess the source of a student's social or behavioral problem. Who needs to have a good understanding of child development and why? First is family, because family will be responsible for shaping a child and influencing their values, skills, socialization, and security during this childhood development stage. Second is our teacher, because teachers are understand how children develop, they'll know to separate the child from the behavior to prevent children from internalizing harmful messages. And teacher also looking at how children grow and what they need, and at different stage of developmental will also help a teacher see a bigger picture of education. What are the domain of child development and some recurring themes and issues in the field? The four major domains of child development are physical development, cognitive development, social and emotional development, and language development. And the some recurring themes and issues in the field are nature and nurture, then quantitative and qualitative change. What are the contexts for the child development? The context for the child development are first, families, second, peers, and the third is neighborhood. How can you be a smart consumer of information about development? Being a smart consumer of information about development are first, knowing your sources, second, becoming a critical thinker, and the last is guarding against generalization.
Now, you will be able to define, identify the importance and the stages of the cognitive theory development. This is Aiso or Pipito presenting for today. Mabuhay! Don't forget to like and share. Thank you!